friends. Hope you all are doing good. So, today I'm going to start up with the first chapter of our 11th biology, that is the living world. So, let's get started. It's actually a kind of very short chapter, the shortest chapter of whole biology. So, I have tried to complete this off in just one page. So, let's start it up. The living world. First of all, we'll start with the characteristics of living being. Okay, so there are four characteristics that are mentioned in our NCRT, that is growth, reproduction, metabolism, and consciousness. Okay, and out of these four characteristics, the defining property means the property which defines a living organism are just two of them, that is metabolism and consciousness. This question is mostly asked in NEET, so it should be highlighted, right? So, growth means it means 2 points like increase in mass and increase in number as well. Now let's get to the small points like we all know that planaria is the organism that show true regeneration, right? It is an important characteristic of planaria. And the sterile organisms are mule and worker bee, that is given in the NCRT. And what is photoperiod? It is the length of the day, right? And now, a living organism share a common genetic material to a very degree, right? This line is given in the NCRT, so I have written it up. It means that all the living organisms have a common genetic material, but it differs. Right, for example, like we can mention variations in it, right? It has variation, like we all have genetic material, the same genetic material, but it has little variations in it, right? Now let's come to the other point, that is biodiversity. It's a Greek word, right? It means that number and type of organisms found on Earth, right? And biodiversity mentioned in the NCRT is 1.7 to 1.8 million. Okay, it's an important point asked in NEET. So, the full form of IUCN is International Union of Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. Its generic name, that is the genus name, and next is specific epithet, which is the species. And this is the way of writing the scientific names. First we write the genus name and then the species name, right? It's very important. Also, it's mentioned that the word systematics has been derived from Latin and it was also given by Carolus Linnaeus. It includes taxonomy and scientific arrangement, right? It is very important. So, he mentioned this systematics in his 10th edition of Systema Naturae for animals and for plants in 1753. In the year 1753, he mentioned it in Plants in Species Plantarium. This was some catalog or some book, so he mentioned these in that, right? Now we have biological binomial epithet. It was given by Lamarck and it includes genus, species, and author's name, right? Now taxonomy. Let's get to it. This is also very important. It is given. It is derived from Greek word and it includes identifying the things, classifying the things, its nomenclature, and characterization, right? Now we come to the most interesting thing, that is this. Now how I have learned the order of it is like this: keep ponds clean or frogs get sick, right? Keep ponds clean or frogs get sick. Okay, so this is the kingdom, this phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. This is the highest rank and this is the lowest rank. Species is the lowest rank. Now let's read some characteristics of all these orders, right? First is species. It is the lowest and the most basic rank, and the species can interbreed with each other. This was given by Ernst Mayr, that they can interbreed. Genus, they have common ancestor. Okay, the organism which has same genus, they belong to common, they have some common ancestor. Now this family, right? Family, how can we identify like which name is includes a family? It should end with AC, right? For example, Floraceae family, right? There are many examples like Solanaceae family, the potato family, right? There are many. They have same floral characteristics, right? Then order, class, phylum, and kingdom. Now, as we go down from kingdom to species, the similarity increase. This is the descending order. Okay, and they are total 7, and intermediate is 21. It's not asked, but then 2, right? There are total 21 intermediate things in between them, right? Now let's get to this. This is mentioned in the NCRT, so we need to learn it up, right? I have ordered it up like species, kingdom, class, and all. This is, for example, we take two kingdoms, right? One is Animalia and next is Plantae. Phylum. Animalia have two phylums, that is Chordata, Arthropoda. We are taking two phylums, okay? And for Plantae, the mention that is mentioned in NCRT, it's only angiospermae. It is only angiospermae, right? So next is class. We are taking chordata ki class. We are taking this mammalia, and for arthropod, the class is insecta. And in case of plants, angiosperm, there are two we all know, that is dicot and monocot. Now for order, mammalia has two orders, that is carnivora and primata, and arthropod, insecta, the order is diphtheria. Okay. Now the order for dicot, there are two, that is polymonials and sepindales, and for monocot the order is poales. Family carnivora, there are Felidae and Canidae. Primata, the family is Hominidae, right? Actually for animals we use A like DAE, right? AE at the end, and for plants we use ACEA, right? Now order, this was family, sorry, family for polymonials is, there are three: Liliaceae, Solanaceae, Convolvulaceae. And for Sapindales, the family is Anacardiaceae. CEA. Now Poales, for Poales it is Poaceae family, right? Now genus, for Felidae the genus is Felis. Canidae it's Canis. Hominidae it is Homo. And for Solanaceae there are two genus, that is Solanum and Datura. There are three, and Petunia, right? For Convolvulaceae, like further there is nothing mentioned in the NCRT. Now next is for Anacardiaceae the genus is Mangifera, and for Poaceae the genus is Triticum. Now let's get to the species. For Felis, there the species are Leo, Tigris, Pardus, right? Leo means lion, Tigris tiger, Pardus means leopard, right? This is the cat family actually, and the Canis is the dog family. It includes Lupus, Familiaris, and Aureus. Lupus means wolf, Familiaris means dog, Aureus means jackal, right? For Homo, the species is sapien, obviously. And for Solanum, the species is Milogynia, that is brinjal, and Nigrum, this is for Solanum only, right? Like Solanum Milongia, Solanum nigrum, Solanum tuberosum. Nigrum is for Makoi and tuberosum is for potato family. Okay. And now for Petuna, no species is mentioned. For Mangifera, it is obviously indica, that is mango. And for Triticum, it is estivum, that is wheat. Okay. So this is done. And the scientific name of onion is Allium cepa. Now the very interesting part, that is the aids. Okay. First of all, it is herbarium. And these aids are also very important. Okay, it is oftenly asked in the NEET exam. So let's get to it. First is herbarium. Herbarium includes the dead plants. It is a storehouse of dead plants, right? It is also mentioned that it is a quick source of reference. And there are two herbariums, that is Royal Botanical Garden in England and Central National Herbarium in Calcutta. In herbarium, they use HgCl2, and it was discovered by Bentham and Hooker, right? And in the NCRT, it is explained very well, like how they store the plants in the herbarium. Like they dry them up, then they stick them up on the herbarium sheets. Its size is also there, and then they write all the details of like who discovered it and its scientific name and all, and then they store it up, right? In this way. Next is botanical garden. These two are for plants only, right? Botanical garden includes living plants, right? This is ex situ conservation, live plants, and it includes ex situ conservation, right? So, what is the difference between ex situ and in situ? This is important, right? Actually, ex situ means like putting the plants in their own habitat where it actually belongs, right? And in situ means like migrating them away from their natural habitat. Okay. Next is like botanical gardens. These are the botanical garden. That one is Kew. Next is National Botanical Garden in Lucknow. Next is Indian Botanical Garden in Havra, and this is Lloyd Botanical Garden in Darjeeling. Next is museum. A museum, the things which are stored in museums, they are stored in formalin solution so that they are preserved for long. Example of museum is National Museum of Natural History, NMNH in Delhi. Zoological Park, that is zoos. This is ex situ conservation as well, and it is for animals. I think I messed it up in ex situ and in situ. Ex situ actually means like driving the animals or plants away from their natural habitat. Okay, please make sure, please remark it up that ex situ means like taking the animals or plants away from their natural habitat. This is important. For example, in zoos also, it's not their natural habitat, but they are like put in the cage or something. So example of zoo is finest zoo of Asia is National Zoological Park in Delhi. Next is key. Right, this is very important thing. Key means it includes the similarity. It shows the similarity and dissimilarity among organisms. In a key, it is actually an analytic thing, right? We cannot touch it or something. This kind of thing. It is like like an abstract thing, right? It includes couplet, which is a pair, which means a pair, and the lead in a key is no, means the statement, right? Next is these things are also important. What is flora? It is book of plant of an area, right? Flora is actually a book which includes the plants that are around an area, right? It includes the actual account of habitat. For example, Flora of Delhi, J.K. Maheshwari discovered it. Manual. It is a book which includes the list of plants of an area. Monograph is information of any one taxon. Catalog is alphabetic arrangement of a species. Now, these are not very important. So, this is it. So, now we are finished off with our first chapter. Thanks for watching. Bye.